right, 3, 2, 1, action! Hey everybody, it's your captain speaking, Jeff Britton. Welcome to Cockpit Convos. Happy you're tuning into this episode. I got my friend Matt Eshnaur up here. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing great, thanks. I had the opportunity to connect with Matt at first time I met you was at the Riverview Center.
It was,
I believe.
Yes.
Open house they had down there. By the way, check out the Riverview Center for all your, you need event space. Isn't that place cool, man?
Oh, it was absolutely wonderful, and I'm very grateful that Crystal invited me. Got to meet great people like you and Erica Redmond and Jay Redmond and all the staff there.
Yeah, Jason Redmond. If you don't know who Jason Redmond is, check it out. Amazing war hero. Great story. Got a great book. I think he might have 2 or 3 books now.
He has 3 books now. They actually released one in March of 25 about their marriage.
Oh, did they?
And then how they made it through everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Boy, a lot of people need to read that probably.
It's Mission Invincible Marriage is the title of the book.
Is it? Okay.
Available on Audible, Amazon, wherever you get your books.
We just gave Jason a free promo on Cockpit Convos.
Yeah.
But well deserved. Well deserved. So, but yeah, I had the chance to meet Matt at Riverview Center, and Matt's got he's got multiple professions, but the one you'll hear about today is, I think, is really cool and fascinating to me as well. And both your jobs are actually really fascinating to me. But you know, why don't you just give everybody the Matt story, man?
Yeah.
Take us back as far as you want to.
Well, it all started in 1987 when I was born.
There you go. You're a baby. 87.
I am a youngin'.
Dang, you
37 years old.
Wow, that's awesome.
But, my small claim to fame is that my brother and I were the last set of twins born at the Groton Naval Hospital.
Okay.
So I come from a long history of military professionals. When I joined the Navy, I actually just knew of my dad and my grandfather. And my uncle, who served in World War I, my grandfather in Vietnam and Desert Storm,
wow.
My dad in Desert Storm, and then but just being around that, it was an inspiration to join the military. But then when I got in and my sister started doing some more of our family history, we actually come back to here in Virginia.
Oh wow!
On my mom's side of the family, David Ellington was our first relative that, he was part of the second wave that settled Jamestown.
Get out of town, man.
Yeah,
wow.
And then his grandson fought in the Revolutionary War, his great-grandson as well, and in the War of 1812. And then that's when my family moved from Virginia out to Platte City, Missouri, to found the frontier.
Wow.
It was an incredible story that I'm fortunate that I learned about.
Yeah.
But, so I grew up in Groton, Connecticut, son of a Submariner. Then I got transplanted out to Missouri, where I met my wife, went to high school at Platte County, played football there. We were in the running to beat DeSoto for the longest running football team.
Okay.
We went 62-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's awesome. Did you play?
I did.
Okay.
As a freshman, I got to dress out for the state championship game that we last won.
Okay.
And then our next season was where we lost it, my sophomore year.
No relation to you being on the team. No correlation or causation.
No, I was the backup center on that one.
Okay. There you go. That's funny. No, backup center.
No, but we went back into to win all the way up to the semifinals my senior year.
That's awesome.
And then I went to Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas. Studied in history and philosophy. But more importantly, that's where I met my wife. So her and I have been married for 15 years now. 7 children.
Catch that? 7 children, yes. People. I told him. I think he's the most productive parent I've ever had in this in this cockpit. So great job, man.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my coupons there, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But so we've been married for 15 years. So ages 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 5, and 2.
Awesome. So
we're right in the middle of our birthday season, so I might be off a little bit.
Right.
For those who are fact-checking me.
Right.
No, but it's absolutely wonderful. So after graduating college, getting married to my wife, and having our first child, it was, let's embark on this adventure called the Navy, which is what brought us out here to Virginia.
See the world.
Yeah, it turns out that 70% of the world is water. So
I haven't heard that one come back from a Navy person yet. That's good.
But it was a trying experience, but it was a very rewarding experience. I've done 2 deployments to the Middle East and the Mediterranean. Served on USS Arleigh Burke for from 2010 to 2013, and then served on USS San Antonio from 13 to 15, during which both my second son was actually born during that deployment, and then I did my shore duty here. Continue my, and that's when I separated from the Navy after that. But in all that time, I actually got very heavily involved in military communications, which led to my transition in the civilian workforce. Did a couple of years as a defense contractor, and now I work at Navy Information Forces Command for the Navy's nuclear command control communications branch. Making sure that when and if the order needs to come for a nuclear weapon to be released, we're able to meet that mission.
Wow. I think when I first met you said you just show up every day and make sure things don't go boom.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Big things don't go boom.
Right.
I actually had this story with my kids the other day. Like, Dad, why are you always telling jokes? Well, first off, I'm a dad, so that comes with the territory.
Right.
No, but then I was like, when you work in a job where you're on a bad day, 2.6 million people could die because of a nuclear weapon going off. You gotta be lighthearted and joke around a little bit. Otherwise, you're gonna go absolutely stir crazy.
I can't imagine, man. I can't imagine. Now, were you ever remember war games?
Oh yeah.
And NORAD and all that stuff. General Behringer at NORAD. There were dudes sitting down in a little room with some turnkeys. Is that still the way that thing rolls, man?
Yes and no.
You can tell me, that's fine. But
no, there's a book out there called Nuclear War Scenario by Amy Jacobson. I'm plugging books. I'm a huge book guy. But in the book, she kind of describes the general process that we follow, and usually, we get the indications and warnings of an attack, and that's when presidential decision making happens. So once the president gives the order, hey, we're going to do this, it then passes down to U.S. Strategic Command to generate the message that then flows through all the communications pathways that I'm in charge of, so that we can get it to the B-2s, the B-52s, and the SSBNs to make sure that the weapon hits its target.
Wow. The packages. Yeah. Still got like the crick to break them in half thing, and Bravo, Echo, Tango, Zulu, whatever that is. Launch codes or whatever there.
Yep. The
confirmation codes.
Well, there's the confirmation codes of the presidential identity, but then there's the coding cards for breaking the message that says turn the key, launch the weapon.
Right. That's I sound really experienced because I watched Crimson Tide like 32 times. Right.
Oh yeah.
And it's always a fascinating part of that movie. But well, that's cool.
There's always two keys. Vasily, give me the key.
Yeah, exactly. Correct. That's such a great movie on a lot of different levels, man. A lot of different levels. I love Crimson Tide. So, all right, so you're still doing that, still managing the comms in theory for the nuclear areas.
Still managing that for the Navy, yes.
Right here out of the 757, baby.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Well, then you got this really cool side hustle.
Yes.
Hope to be prime hustle.
That's the hope. That's the plan.
Well, tell us about it, dude. You got this fancy shirt on.
Yeah, I got my fancy shirt on. The Gentleman Florist. So in 2000, I was doing a wedding for a friend of mine's daughter, and after the event, he's like, I'm gonna make fun of you because you're a guy doing flowers. I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead.
Whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. But he's like, no, seriously, man. You did such a great job here. Your customer service is great. Your quality is fantastic. Why haven't you thought about turning this into a business? And it's just not something I had ever grown up with. It was always, the mentality was, go to college, get a good job, support your family, be stable. Never had I thought about business. And when he said that, it was just a, light bulb going off. And I'm like, I could do this. And it was a matter of, so over the last 4 years, I've been kind of learning what it means to be a businessman. But the story actually of getting into flowers, that goes back to high school. I was working at an Allstate agent, and I know you're a State Farm guy.
Hey, that's cool. I respect that. I respect that.
But for me, it was a high school job. I did the cold calls for the agent, and they restructured the business, so I lost my job, and I told that story to the florist as I was picking up my tux for prom. And she's like, looks at me, kind of tilts her head. Hey, well, how's your driving record? I'm like, oh, I've never had an accident, never had a ticket. And she's like, great. Throws a set of keys at my chest, hands me a stack of paperwork, and says, you're hired. The arrangements are in the cooler. And so there I learned all the, at least the nitty-gritty of what it means to maintain flowers, cut flowers. And then eventually she's like, well, you kind of earned your stripes. You can learn how to arrange them now. And so I did that all through college to support myself. And then as I went on deployments, I would order flowers for my wife, and she'd report back, hey, here's what they sent me. And it was like, oh, that's sad.
Only, not out of disrespect, only because she knows how much you care about that, right?
Yeah, she knows how much I care about it.
The ugly flowers, dude.
Yeah, she's like, hey, the quality, you can do much better than this.
Right.
So when I could, I would just keep up my skills by getting flowers for my wife or doing weddings for friends. And then, with doing those weddings, it was, that was the beginning of the business. And so walked through doing all the paperwork. But the reality is that, I've been doing it as a side business, trying to build it up out of my garage right now. But I jokingly say I'm the only 5-star rated florist in the Chesapeake area, and I'm going to call out my friends at Floral in South Norfolk, but that's South Norfolk, not Chesapeake.
Right.
So
right. That's funny, man. That's awesome. 5-star reviews, baby.
5-star reviews, and all of those have been organically. The customers like, hey, I really want to support you. I'm going to leave a review for you, and so
that's cool.
They've been more than gracious, and it's a little humbling when you see those reviews come back. Like, we were in a pinch, and I didn't know what to do, and so I saw Matt on Google reviews, and he was the guy.
Right.
So
took care of me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, those in a pinch, man. That's when it matters a lot.
Well, one of my loyal customers, she'll text me at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh no.
Like, hey, I got this news last minute. I really want to support them through this troubling time that they're going through. Let me send some flowers. And then it's just a casual conversation with her via text, like, hey, all right, well, what do you want? And I'll get you taken care of. And she trusts my judgment now that we've done, over 100 orders maybe. One year I told her, hey, you were about 1/10 of my business. She's like, there's no way that I did that. I'm like,
yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well,
so she's had 100 orders.
Yeah, she's had over 100 orders that she's done through me. So.
Wow. Well, now, so you, because when we met the other day at Gather, another great coffee shop in the area, but and we were talking about all your services. I didn't realize. I know another facet that I thought that's all you did, which we'll talk about in a second. But I didn't know you do sprays, you do funeral, you do the whole shooting match, right?
Oh yeah, I jokingly say cradle to grave services. Birth announcements, bridal, baby showers, bridal showers, doing the florals for weddings, funerals, prom, sympathy arrangements. Hey man, I'm in the doghouse and I'm meeting my girl in 5 minutes. Can you hook me up? Yeah, I got you, brother.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, because then here's the thing. I mean, I love flowers. I'm just horrible at thinking about sending flowers. Right? That's the problem I have, and I'll send flowers to everybody.
Welcome to the male species.
The male species, and I hate to be gender specific, but I think by and large the males don't think about flowers, and I think by and large the females probably love getting flowers.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So you got a product that I am a customer of, and why don't you tell about this concept you have, man?
So it's a floral subscription service. So I run it once a month. At 3 or 4 different price points, $50 for a hand wrap bouquet, $75 for a small vase bouquet, medium vase bouquet at $100, and $150 for a large vase arrangement. All you have to do is just tell me where you want it to go. I'll send you the invoice. I'll make sure it's delivered, the first week of the month, and therefore you don't have to think about it. All you have to do is just check your email for the invoice, and away we go.
Think about that, guys on here. If you got your spouse, your daughters. I mean, you can send me flowers. I don't care. Send your son. It doesn't matter who you're sending flowers. Your mama. Send your mama some flowers if they're local.
Mamas love flowers.
And it won't be a spoiler alert because I don't think based on the number of episodes ahead of you. It'll be after vacation before it's probably aired. But I did it for my team. My team members are getting a secret bouquet from me when I'm gone, thanks to this guy. Next week when I'm on vacation, and then the next month I get this out. Of course, probably the wife. Probably need to use the wife on that.
That sounds like a smart plan.
And then
spending a week with you might need more flowers.
True that. There might be a grave involved with that one on one of us. Yeah. So I mean, it's just a great set it and forget it. And it's like, who do I want to send flowers to this month?
Yeah.
And you deliver them.
I deliver them.
That's the greatest thing, man. Y'all, you can't go to Kroger and buy a nice bouquet of flowers and have them. You can't remember to go to Kroger, number one. Buy a nice bouquet of flowers and hand deliver it for less than $50 or whatever it is. So it's a great deal, man.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and I've gotten a good number of customers that have picked up on that, and so I'm just trying to grow that one arrangement at a time.
Yeah, one subscription at a time. Now, another thing we talked about, which I thought was really fascinating. So you can have any flowers you want, right? People, you got a wholesaler. Talk about the distribution, where you get them from, and all that stuff. I thought that was really cool.
No. So I'm going to put a plug out for my favorite wholesaler. They're off Executive Boulevard. It's Wholesale Flower Market. They've been in business for over 40 years, and they're some of the best quality flowers that you can find around this area. And usually, if you give me about a week, I can get anything in that you need to. Just a simple email to their team, Emily Sums. Fantastic customer service from her. She'll let me know, hey, I got this in, or hey, I can't get this, but here's some options that we can look at it, get it in for you. And so she does some fantastic stuff for me.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm actually I haven't talked to you about this, but working on another line of product of locally grown flowers. I had a young lady approach me. She's like, hey, I really want to learn about the floral business. But and I'd love to be an apprentice with you. Can you teach me? I'm like, absolutely. One, I would love to kind of impart the business knowledge that I've learned to the next generation. But so what she's working on is a flower market of locally grown flowers off her farm, her family farm, so that we can sell them at the different farmers markets, or have a local grown flower section in the flower shop when I get that open. That's
cool. So your goal is a brick and mortar.
My goal is a brick and mortar. I'm working with my accountant Ashley Sickles from Spitfire Consulting. Absolutely wonderful. You can find her at the Riverview Center as well. But she's helping me work through some of the financial aspects of what does it mean to open up a brick and mortar? What do you need to do? Show that cash flow,
right?
To get that done. And ultimately, I want to take over the world, either through my children or my flower business. So
well, you got a good start on at least one of them. That's awesome. So so brick and mortar now. Another thing I thought was really cool. Y'all ever think about where these flowers come from, right? If they're not grown here. For example, tulips are grown
in Holland.
In Holland. All right, so Holland's not just, we're not talking about Holland, Virginia. We're talking about Holland, the country Holland, across the pond, man. And I think you were saying, if I'm recanting our conversation right, that in theory, you could have a tulip in a vase that was cut literally 24 to 36 hours ago.
Yes. So generally how that supply chain works,
crazy.
You put the order in for flowers, they process them right out of the field, and within 8 hours they've been cut, wrapped, and on a plane, and then they're flying overnight to the United States.
And then distributed to you. Just think about that. So worst case, 2 days.
Yes.
Worst case, 2 days. Something in a vase that was in Holland 2 days ago and still looks brand new. And I think you were saying most roses come from, what, Central America somewhere?
Yeah, so most of your other flowers, your daisies, your roses, your Gerber daisies, my absolute favorite. That's why it's my logo.
Okay, cool.
Now, those usually come out of Ecuador, El Salvador, the South American countries.
Yeah.
So.
I think the Jim Pop thinks we grow them locally.
Yeah.
Like domestically, right? As well. I don't think people think about the logistics involved in keeping a freshly cut, alive plant with no water inside it.
Yeah. Well, to that point, so, one of the things that makes me different from a grocery store is the level of maintenance that goes into the flowers. So at least every other day, we're changing the water in the buckets. We're giving them a fresh cut, putting them, running through them a process to make sure that they last long.
Right.
Because for me, kind of my shtick is elegance in quality and service. I call it my Esquire model.
I like it.
And so, part of that is maintaining the quality of the flowers, so that way when you get an arrangement, it lasts 2 to 3 weeks. And especially with the monthly subscription, it's lasting that whole period of time where, when your new vase comes, you're just swapping them out.
Love it.
And they look just as well.
Love it, man. You deliver everywhere in the 757 pretty much?
Everywhere in 757.
That's fantastic.
I actually, one time I made a logistics mistake, along those lines, and I was working with the customer on an engagement party, and it was the day before, and I'm like, hey, I don't remember getting your address. And so we worked. Come to find out, she was in Washington, D.C.
Rip.
And so I went all the way up to D.C. to deliver those flowers.
What a guy. What a guy, y'all. That's fantastic, man. I love the customer experience and customer service part of that.
But, like I said, it's the elegance and service and quality. And one of my favorite stories, when we had that big, massive snow in February, I got a call from a customer. She's like, hey, my friend's husband passed away, and we're supposed to have the honor guard from the VFW, and that got canceled because of the snow. This got canceled because of the snow. So I just want to get her something special so that we can make sure that this event doesn't end up as a bad memory,
right?
More than what it already is. And so I told her, well, I'm a veteran and I'm a bugle player.
Oh, wow. Another talent.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I delivered the corsage, and then the next day for the funeral, I showed up in uniform with my bugle to play taps.
Oh, wow, man. That's crazy. Good for you, bro.
No, I appreciate
That's awesome.
that.
That's why we need to support this guy right here.
But for me, it was an opportunity to support a fellow veteran.
Oh, sure.
And that's
because
really
the higher
what it was
cause
about.
there. There's a higher cause there. Right?
Absolutely.
Sure.
I try not to be self-aggrandizing, but
no, it's a big deal,
I love those good heartfelt stories, and
100%.
That's part of what I love about history too.
That's cool. So now, all right, couple rocket fires, man. First concert, best concert.
Oh, first concert. So my mom's gonna love this story. So she was pregnant with my brother and I. She was about 8 months pregnant. So I was in utero. It was the Beach Boys at the naval base.
Okay.
And my brother and I were bebopping so much in her stomach that she had to leave because she was throwing up too much.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. The Beach Boys in utero.
Yeah. My favorite concert was the Royal Scots Dragoon Guard when they were in Kansas City.
Okay.
It was absolutely amazing.
Is that like a what's that, like a tattoo type thing, or is it
tattoo?
Okay.
Yeah, similar to what they do up in Yorktown.
Yeah, and they do it at Norfolk too, the big tattoo. Don't they do it at Norfolk?
I thought that was up in Yorktown, but yeah.
Or maybe it is, but they have like all these international, it's like an international tattoo or something like that.
International military bands, and that's what, these guys are one of them.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing.
Did you ever do like reveille at scout camp? I did that when I was growing up. I was a trumpet player.
I'm not a scout camp, but I was a Civil War reenactor, and so I would do all the bugle calls for the regiment.
That's cool. Yeah. Another cool fun fact. A reenactor guy. Right? Did it say reenactor?
Yeah, Civil War reenacting.
Yeah. My parents lived on the battlefield of Chancellorsville for about 10 years up in Fredericksburg, which is pretty cool. We had Hooker's Last Line in our front yard with a big sign on it.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And but I understand that was a pretty bloody battle, but it seems like a kind of cool historical thing to know.
So for me, like what got me inspired to study history formally was as a kid in Groton, Connecticut, we would go sledding at the local fort there.
Yeah.
Like one of those star-shaped forts. And as I was just sledding, I was reading the signs, and it was the Fort Griswold was the location where Benedict Arnold committed his first act of treason after New York. So he sailed up the Thames River with the fleet of British ships and burnt New London to the ground. And the Colonel Ledyard was the commanding officer of the fort, and was formally surrendering to Benedict Arnold. And Benedict Arnold turned around and killed him with his own sword.
Wow.
And I read that story, and I'm like, I love history.
Wow.
Which is how I got involved in it when I was in college. And I learned that Missouri actually is rated number 3 for the number of battles within the Civil War.
Okay. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Fun fact?
Fun fact for the day.
That's cool. Well,
the more you know.
The more you know. And as G.I. Joe, no one's half the battle, right? I think that's what G.I. Joe used to say. So think about this guy. We got this nuclear comms guy. We got a florist. We got a bugler. We got a Civil War reenactor, a history buff. Any other fun facts about you out there that other talents or?
Other than the pest dispenser of children, no.
True that. Well, man, hey, we didn't. How are they gonna get a hold of you?
So you can get a hold of me. My email is the gentlemanflorist@gmail.com, or my phone number is 816-682-3770. I'm a call or text away from your next beautiful arrangement. That's
fantastic. Well, I hope everybody gives Matt a chance to prove himself, because I'm looking forward to the product, and based on what you've heard, it's going to be an amazing product, especially with this Esquire, the ESQ commitment you got there. I like that little handy logo thing you got there, dude.
It kind of fit with the brand.
It did. I like it. I like it. Well, now I don't know if you watched any of these, but you know how I sign these things off?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Yeah, most people don't. Nobody does, because nobody watched it. I hope they watched this one first. And so, but no, it's how I go 1, 2, 3, and we go, see ya.
You.
And that's it, right?
Okay.
All right, everybody. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. Give Matt a call for all those arrangements you need, and we look forward to you tuning in. Please like and subscribe, like all that good old YouTube stuff, and we'll see you the next time. So, Matt, with that, we'll sign off. You ready? 1, 2, 3. See ya!